All right, guys, here we are. Day 2, Shoulder Mobility Improvement Challenge. We're going to focus today on the T-spine, thoracic extension, and some internal rotation stretching on those shoulders. All of these things are primary in having good front rack and having good overhead strength and support and stability. So what we're going to start off with is some rack mobility tools. So if you take a look at this, it has a couple wheels. They're pretty firm. And you can find on Rogue Fitness all sorts of different mobility tools to use. I'm going to show you another option as well if you don't have something similar to this. But what we're going to do is going to basically scratch our back like a bear in the woods. I'm going to be leaning right into these, and I'm going to take my arms and internally rotate them. So I'm going to grab the rig right underneath here, and what this does is help open up my upper middle back. And these rollers are going to be able to get in there much deeper and a little differently than what most people do, and that's kind of the hug type of stretch. There's nothing wrong with this. I would still advise you to do it, but I like hitting this a little differently because it opens up the upper back a slight different approach than it normally would. Another area I'll do is an overhead position. So same thing, keeping my arms overhead, I'm going to target rolling out that spot as the upper back is in a little different stretching position. If you don't have a rig attachment, no problem. What we can do is take a Rogue kettlebell. I can lay down on the ground, simply tipping my kettlebell over. What I'm going to do is the same type of patterns. Now because it's not a wheel, I'm going to have to position a little differently. But what I can do is still work some arm oscillation. So I can lift the hips, bringing the hands underneath the low back, and sitting down and spending some time in this stretch. While I'm here, the kettlebell is digging into my upper middle back, helping soften up some of that muscle tissue. Another thing I can do is go palms up and just go through some different shoulder oscillations and passes. You can also go palms down, again focusing on that shoulder rotation. Spending some time with my hands overhead, rolling up and back, teetering on the kettlebell. Once I've finished some of that upper back smashing, mashing, deep tissue massage work, I'm going to finish off with a little bit of an internal stretch to the shoulder. So I need a barbell in the rack, palms are going to be down. Once I've grabbed the bar, I'm going to work on inching my hands closer and closer. I can pull my chest up to get a little different stretch. I can even drop down to hit a little different stretch. Again, if we want to improve front rack mobility and overhead support, we need to not only have good external rotation, but we also need to prioritize good internal rotation and flexibility and stretching. Hope this helps. Have some good work today, guys.